11th, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I've got a couple other shows to do with Mel for his boxing industry. So I'm here though.
So just so you guys know, that is the director. So we wear many hats. All of us.
That's Trump's the director at the top of the world.
We wear many hats.
With Guapo Damas.
That's that LP shit.
LP. Yes, LP right here. LP Sound right here.
This is the 4luvofboxing freaking podcast, but we're all freaking LPs, so that's we're all one and the same.
It is the 4luvofboxing podcast. There's been plenty of people that have been digging into 4luvofboxing and asking, "Where's Mr. LP? Come eat your crow and give us an answer."
You know what? I strategically planned that out so I didn't have to deal with it, but you guys are serving me up front row and center. But yes. Let's go ahead and talk. What was that, 2 weeks ago, Jerry?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, yeah.
All right.
Felt like it was just yesterday.
Mexican Independence Day weekend. We're talking about the mega fight that was on Netflix that everybody witnessed, all you boxing heads. We're talking about that Canelo Alvarez, Terrence, Bud Crawford showdown. And
what'd you like the most about that fight, Rob?
Well, first and foremost, what an epic battle. Shout out to both men. Nobody actually showed freaking cowardice. There was guts and nuts that was actually displayed. And I got nothing but respect to both men on how it panned out. Because, in all honesty, Canelo could have been full of fucking excuses. And he had zero.
He does give none.
He gave respect where it was due.
He was not, bro. He literally gave it up and said, "Hey, that man beat me."
He said I couldn't figure him out.
He said that. He acknowledged.
He said I could not figure him out. He's a great fighter. I have no excuses. I'm going back to the drawing board, and I got mad respect.
And Crawford said the same thing in return to Canelo. He said he's one of his favorite fighters. He has nothing but the utmost respect for Canelo.
Very humble.
That's what we got, man. We got the gentleman coming out representing the sport of boxing and a high-quality chess match.
That part right there, my guy. And that's exactly what I was going to actually focus on right there.
Is the everybody at home can notice that my man's sweating a little bit just because he's getting heat.
You guys got me in front row and center.
What the heck?
You guys got me in front row and center in this bitch, man.
What I believe he said was that Bud was just taking
so
hold up.
Money.
Let me
I remember that.
So let me. I'm gonna go ahead and eat my words.
Belong in this.
I'm gonna eat my words. So I didn't think Bud Crawford stand a chance in hell. I thought it was a money grab. I thought he was just trying to cash out that Canelo money and just ride off the sunset. But boy, not only was I just freaking wrong, I was dead wrong because he came to fight. He came to compete. He delivered. And nothing but respect. He's a generational talent. He's one of the most iconic fighters, and we are blessed to be alive to witness one of the most epic boxers that ever laced them up.
I'm glad he's giving him his props.
No, he's a hell of a fighter, bro.
Well, one thing we got to accept, too, and I'll also get behind, is that he's an American fighter. You know, a lot of times we always seem to gravitate towards other fighters that might not be from our country. So it's always good when you get an American fighter that's doing what he's doing, so the country can get behind him.
Maybe stir up things in certain boroughs and cities and stuff, and maybe get some youngsters that want to be like Mike, if you will.
Be like Bud.
Be like Bud.
I wanna be like Bud.
Yeah, I like that.
Honestly, I was surprised he came in with a plan. Honestly,
you were surprised he came in with a plan.
Yeah, honestly, I thought he was coming in for money. I really thought he was coming in for money. Honestly, I thought he was coming in for money because everybody knows when they take a fight with Canelo,
you're getting paid.
You're getting paid. You're really getting paid.
Well, you are getting paid.
Okay?
But Papo Damas told you he wasn't going for just.
He actually came in. He actually came in, and he studied his fighter.
Like he does all his fights.
All his fights.
And he planned it all out, honestly. I was like, wow.
He just executed that plan to perfection.
Yes.
And there was nothing that Canelo could have done differently in that fight that night. Is there anything he could do differently if there's a proposed rematch?
Right.
Highly unlikely.
I don't see.
You know what I mean? Canelo, you just can't. You can't go from being flat.
And now, Bud Crawford's going to probably get more. If he's going to stay there, he's going to get more field in that division.
What else does he need to prove?
Listen, having said that, though, I did see things that
100%.
Canelo could do differently. For me, the work rate that Canelo had, the punch output
that's
that he
Canelo,
had
though.
was too low.
That's Canelo.
But the question was, can he do something different in the rematch? To me, if his output is higher, if he puts on a little bit more pressure, we could be looking.
I hear you,
But
but he doesn't have that
contract? Does he
He doesn't
have a
have that.
contract with the?
There's no rematch clause.
No rematch clause.
There is no rematch clause.
He has 2 more fights with
He's got 2
Riyadh,
more fights.
but there's no rematch clause for that fight. But
So he's gonna get him in where he fits in. Where the money,
I think
where
if
the
we
money's
look at Canelo's past fights as super middleweight, the punch output for the Crawford fight is in line around the same that he does for all of his fights as super middleweight.
It is. So for me, that's what I said. It has to be an adjustment. It can't be just him coming.
But the adjustment meaning that he's more offensively?
Yes, he does.
More offensively minded?
He just
But-
needs to have more volume.
but the-
If that means just maybe putting out 100 more extra punches, that's what that means. You know what I mean?
But then you got to consider, like, what is he going to do?
What's the return? What's the
So here's the
return?
question: is David Benavidez going to drop down to 168 and take on Terence Crawford?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it because
Well-
when we talked about this last week, we talked about this.
Actually, we do, yeah.
We've been talking about it since the fight ended, because Turkey put out a tweet.
He actually
asking
He's actually
if he-
pushing it.
So
He's
like
actually
the media has
pushing
been
it.
running with that, and then
He
and
did,
then
I know.
Bomac was interviewed right at the day after the fight, and Bomac was like, "Come on, man, like seriously, like David's too big of he's too big of a guy," and it's a difference. I
No,
mean,
what he's saying is,
But he-
I'd rather
there's
see
different
David-
intangibles.
there's no way he's not going to make that
David-
weight.
I'd
He's
rather
not going to make
people-
that weight.
Let me
I'd
explain.
rather-
So what McIntyre's saying is it's different, even though that it would be the same weight class they just fought Canelo. It's different because there's a lot more intangibles that David has over a Canelo.
Yeah, very
Meaning
lengthy.
height, size, power,
Youth,
youth.
Listen, so
Size,
the question then
power,
becomes,
speed.
Do people give Crawford the same amount of shit as they gave Canelo?
Of course not.
Avoiding
Of course
the
not.
Benavidez fight.
Well, he's not
No.
avoiding him.
He's not avoiding him.
You know, if you ask Crawford, he'll fight him.
Personally, I don't think
But-
Canelo was fighting him either.
No, he wasn't.
I think Beefel's avoiding David.
No, Beevils are injured right now. He's not avoiding anybody. What he's doing. He's riding.
improving.
He's got his shit going. And when you're on the top of the world,
when you get a
you
target
get
on
shit
your
everywhere.
back,
You get shit
you
coming
get a
from
target
everywhere.
on your back, everybody's going to be saying as such, including the Bud Crawfords, the Canelos, and the Benavidez.
Right.
With the exception of Benavidez is the one's actually pointing at every target, though. That guy's
So you
been
tell-
asking for.
But the beautiful
so
thing-
David's got an opportunity. He can either go after Beeble or Terence Crawford.
Well, that's
or
what
Canelo, or better be
Why would he go after Canelo?
because it's money.
it's still a huge fight, bro.
Mexican versus Mexican. There's a lot of money in that, bro.
That's still a huge
If David, because nobody
so he
stops
took the
Canelo.
loss. Whoop he do, bro?
Yeah, no, he's still at the heap. He's still the face of boxing. Just because Crawford beat Canelo doesn't mean that Crawford takes over
Right,
the
that
clout
part.
that comes with
That part.
And that's why Canelo,
star
and
power.
that's why Crawford needs to fight again to maximize on that height.
That star power.
You have to.
And
Your next fight's gonna be equally as lucrative.
And unfortunately for Crawford, though, times are ticking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He doesn't have many more lucrative fights
He really doesn't.
to cash out on. In fact, if any at all. Like, I don't know what his game plan is. Now that he's actually the undisputed freaking
super middleweight champ. Crazy
champion.
to say.
Yeah, that's just craziness indeed. So now it's like, now what? Is he going to stick around and actually defend it? Now, for a rematch, that makes sense. He already fought the guy. But, like, there's a lot of big, tough, strong, sturdy mofos out there that maybe him and his team really didn't have a focal point to be able to watch over the years to have an understanding about some habits and mistakes. So when you're fighting a guy that's much bigger and larger and you don't know nothing about him, that's a dangerous freaking road to be traveling, because that big mofo is going to clock you.
No doubt.
Especially if you don't know what you got coming on. And now with that, I want to piggyback and segue back into something regards to this. Both guys deserve all the credit and respect,
And
more so Bud Crawford. I gotta give it hands up on him, man. Bravo to you, man. Bravo. You're a great fighter. You're a greatness. I got nothing. I'm eating my words, man. I was wrong.
Do not doubt that man ever
Respect.
again, Robert.
Respect. But do me a favor.
That's the second time.
But
second
Crawford-
time you doubted him.
Crawford, I need you to do me a favor.
doubting him.
Chip out.
As a matter of fact,
Listen.
BFA.
Do me a
Robert
favor.
Thomas, And this guy.
Third time's a charm. You dogged me twice, mofo. The next time I see you in person, you better stand there like a man and shake my hand, homie. Don't go run and hide.
I'm like, yo, man.
Well, why did he run?
Hey, he ran away from you, bro.
He knew your hands were dirty.
Bro, yeah.
You didn't have no hand sanitizer.
But to circle back to what Adam mentioned, was David next for Crawford? Well, there was an article this week, I think it was just yesterday, released. David Benavidez Sr., David's dad, Jose Benavidez Sr., excuse me, David's dad was on record saying that they can get to 68 for a Crawford fight. So
For a Crawford fight. It's got to make sense.
So, Mr. LP, you caught the episode last week where I think I proposed, maybe we didn't release that one yet, but I had proposed the Cinco de Mayo, my theoretic fight, or what should happen for Cinco de Mayo, and you put in the rematch.
Oh, yeah,
you make the rematch with Canelo and Crawford.
And then David.
Okay? And then you put David as a co-main on that same card. And you can put him in with Beterbiev or Bivol or whatever. Turkey will handsomely pay to have those two headline a Cinco de Mayo card. And if they really wanted to get froggy, they could have it at different locations. So they can maximize their own event,
which he does. So
which has been
done. A morning fight and an evening fight.
Because not only do you it would make it huge, a different play. It would be amazing for boxing to do something like that big. And then that way, Crawford still should come out of that fight. And if David is serious about going down to 68, he's on that undercard. That's how you build a super fight with Crawford and Benavidez. September of next year.
You know what that was right there?
Now listen,
That's Luther Bella HBO.
I love Benavidez. Do you really think he can make 168? That's a legit question.
Does he want to make 168?
I think it would be tough. It would be tough for him. It would be tough
as hell.
It would be tough for him. Could he make it? I have no doubts that he could.
Can he be 100 though?
But would he be himself?
Yeah.
But does he want to?
I have a couple thoughts on whether
does
he could make it. He's lost.
I got 50 million reasons why he would.
Right. 2 times that he's lost the title on the scales, bro. I think the 168 is tough.
It would be.
I think 175 is where he should be.
Well, that's where he's comfortable, and that's where he's been. Obviously, I don't know if you guys have seen some of his social media stuff, but he's been doing he's been in the gym for weeks already.
Like a dog, bro.
And he's doing a lot more weight training.
Man, everything I've seen, he looks really good.
So he's implementing some of the old Triple G wrists workouts where he's trying to get the power coming out from the snap.
That weight.
Yeah. So
it's like Abel Sanchez back there or what?
He's going to win against Yarde.
Yard. Oh yeah.
We think he's going to win. He's going to win.
It's a tough fight.
He dominated against. Who was that one Russian guy?
Volsic.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Well, Volsic was a live dog at the end of that fight.
Volsic was no joke.
I actually thought he looked really a lot better than he should have.
Well, that was David's first fight at 75, right?
Oh, yes.
And that was one hell of a way to get into that.
And by the way, we're talking about he went in and took on a guy who was still considered the top 3 best 175 pounders.
Considered by Mr. LP.
Even though, hold on, that's fucking for real. His only loss came from Beterbiev in a fucking unification bout, bro.
He was also coming off of a layoff too, right?
It was a layoff. He had a couple of soft fights and shit.
By Mr. LP, I stick to my stick.
But yeah, there's no doubt that Mr. LP does not, let nobody try to get anything over his European.
There we go.
Just for the record, I heard y'all going at me last week.
Did he try to tell me that Bostic was one of the top 4? If we were to remake the 80s, how it was with the middleweights back then, that Bostic would be one of the top 4 in that conversation. I think he's crazy, man.
What the hell?
Yes, he did. He did straight up say that.
You actually said that, bro?
No, I don't know what he's even talking about.
We said if we recreated the 80s and we had the top 4 light heavyweights as we did the top 4 middleweights in the 80s.
Bostic belongs in that.
And Bostic belongs in
100% belongs in that.
I do not believe that.
Okay, so who do you have?
I actually think Yarde belongs more right now than Bostic does, bro. He gave Beterbiev really a lot of shit until Beterbiev was able to catch him and really knock him out. But other than that, what the hell else has Yarde really lost in? He really hasn't. bro. He's actually shown that he believes.
Who was the champion?
Or
Who was the champion and who wasn't?
Crusher Kovalev. He's just a slightly
that
lower,
part,
bro. He's just like
I got Crusher up there too. We said top 4. Better Biev.
Also European.
Biev.
There it is.
yes.
Crusher, Volsek. That's an excellent freaking lineup of the freaking Fab 4 at 175. Guys, I want to circle back with regards to Bud Crawford. I want to ask a question, and I'm not even trying to pry and disrespect, because again, he's absolute greatness. But I have a question about someone else and their potential greatness that maybe people are sleeping on. Bud Crawford's last opponent, Madrimov, who took him into deep waters and questionably and respectfully could have won that fight.
Again,
how good?
A European fighter.
How good? How good is Madrimov? You know what I'm saying? How good is he?
Who did he fight after that? Did he fight Virgil?
No. He hasn't.
No.
But seriously though, like he took Bud Crawford into deep waters, man. That was a hell of a fight.
Well, he needs to get back in the ring.
And the Duke, and he hasn't. The Duke could fight, man. The Duke could fight. And I'm just very curious. You're right. The question is, how good is he? Was that just a one-off fluke? Because I don't think he's younger per se, but maybe just younger in the pros. But maybe he's watched. That's the biggest downfall for a guy that's been in the elite level that long. All eyes are on you, so everybody's studying your fucking moves, so they know what your trademark move is. They know what your flaws are. They know what your little trick ponies and that. So they master your skills. They master your style. So they come in prepared for you. Not even everyone else in the top 10, but for that particular person. And I'm not sure if that was the case with Madrimov, but I definitely think that it deserves a little bit of a token, little mark right there, because it was a hell of a fight. In fact, I wanted it to be run back, and in fact, the reason why I picked Crawford not to have a chance in hell was because I felt like he wasn't even the best 154-pound fighter. In fact, I wouldn't even put him in the top 5. And to be honest with you, I can still think there's at least 3 guys I can think of right now that'll beat him. Still.
So when it comes to the Crawford-Madrimov fight, and we're circling back here almost a year ago now.
About a year ago.
It was a struggle for Crawford.
So what I think's happening now more so with Crawford than in Madrimov, because with Madrimov you're gonna get, you know what you're gonna get with Madrimov. If you don't know, then that's shame on you. But what I think we do know now with Crawford is he elevates his game when he needs to elevate it. So when the moment 100%. Is its biggest.
100%.
Then it turns something different inside of him.
He rises to the level of his competition.
He does, but he raises it to that elite mentality where it's like he pushes himself more in the gym, but yet he still has so much fun with it. It's always with those special talents.
It's usually the standard with
how it goes.
Like that. It is.
You get bored if it's not like biggest.
But with that, we're not gonna know 100% sure. Back to the original question, how good is Madrimov? You're right. I hear you on that, because maybe he was just as good as he could be on that night, and Crawford just didn't raise up to the moment.
Well, Madrimov needs to start clearing out that division
because he felt that he really didn't need to. He's like, this is a walk in the park.
If Madrimov is that dude, he needs to start cleaning out that division and getting people to start talking about his name. Other than now, he was a guy that almost beat Crawford, who beat Canelo. Right. He needs to start showing something.
That's his claim to fame right there.
Yeah. You can't just sit back and wait for things to happen because you went 12 rounds with the new undisputed super middleweight champion. So yeah.
What phone was that?
So anyhow,
turn that up, man.
I don't even know what it's doing.
So
it is off.
So yeah, let's go back into Benavidez making 68. Can he make 68, Robert?
If it was absolutely necessary, I believe that he can.
But it would put him
but can he do it comfortably? No.
Adam,
he's going to be struggling.
168.
My question is, why would he want to go to 168 when I believe that he could take care of 175, bro?
Okay.
Question
got
was,
that
can
though.
he make 168?
Can he make 168?
No, he says the answer is no.
Let me put it to you like this. You stay at 175 and you're gonna fight some names there.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes,
Because David,
you're right.
David right now doesn't have all the belts or anything
No,
like
he
that,
doesn't.
right?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, so you have potential fights over here, and you're going to get about maybe 10 to 20 million for each one of those fights over here. But if you go down to a weight where you had some belts before, and you're fighting the guy that's the biggest name in the sport right now because of what he just recently
And
did,
you make it
And-
50.
and you're going to make anywhere up to
And
40 to
you know
50 million,
And you know what? You are completely right.
and that's
But
where
here's the thing,
the
Terrence
motivation comes
Crawford,
from.
Is he going to accept it? Because he's not contracted with
He-
excellence.
He fights under Riyadh season. This was the second fight with Riyadh.
He's not.
But
Canelo's contracted with the fight.
Crawford fought. This is Crawford's second fight with Riyadh
Where is
season.
he gonna turn to? Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
He's gonna stay with Rio because that's where the money's at.
Okay, hold on. You talking about Crawford?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already know. What,
Anybody.
Hold on.
Anybody.
If retirement's not the next thing in line for him, and if that is the case, just by the way,
That's what I believe.
Hold on.
I think he should retire.
And if that is,
I think he should retire.
all respect, he's going to retire on top. He's going to be retiring in this generation.
Retire.
But listen,
He's 30.
Wait, wait,
he's
wait,
going
wait.
to be 39 next year.
hold on. But if
He got 10 good years of fighting.
if there's no, he does
How it
not.
has
He
Stop.
doesn't,
Stop.
bro.
He doesn't got 10 years, but he
Bernard
just.
Hopkins fought into his 50s.
Yeah, but he's an alien.
There
The
you
difference,
go.
the difference with
Randy.
Crawford is that he hasn't been in a lot of wars.
There you go.
That's
So his
There
body's a little
There
younger
you
for
go.
38 than most, but
100%.
he
But
does
he-
not
he's
have
not-
he does not have more than I want to say less than 3.
He doesn't. He,
Less than 3 years in the sport. If he wants to stay fighting the way that he just fought.
he doesn't belong at 168 to begin
No, he
with,
doesn't.
bro.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, you're only saying that because you believe that.
No,
he
I
just
believe
fucking
he-
whooped the
Hey,
168 fighter,
hey, bro.
who everybody got their asses handed to by Canelo at 168.
I hear you.
It's Styles make fights.
I hear you.
That's
I
true.
hear you.
Just don't show the label.
Just on the corner.
So yeah,
Just don't
so
show the label.
yes, I think he can make the weight for monetary reasons and for legacy reasons. David's not the type of fighter just to fight for money. So there's going to be obviously some incentive more than just more money down at 68.
No, he gets to get
He gets to get that
claim of
undisputed claim.
undisputed.
Yep.
David doesn't,
Which he deserved
David
along.
doesn't have another path to one of the top
So-
fighters in the.
Yeah, no, he does.
My question is,
Yeah, he does.
How?
Zuro Martinez is his other fucking name
That's
that
a
he's
top-
talking about.
him-
At
hey,
cruiserweight.
so if he beats
No, I
He's
agree.
not.
Yardley,
He's not.
if
This
he
is
beats
David's
Yardley,
only route.
you guys believe that he's going to go to 168?
Only for a Crawford fight.
Only for a
He won't go back down for anything that's not worth going down for. And that is Crawford at 68. He has business at 75.
So what he's saying, for example, if Caleb Plant starts running his fucking mouth and like, I'm ready,
He's not
I
gonna be
got
working.
him.
No, no,
I want
no.
a rematch at 168. Bring your ass down. You a bitch. You're scared of me. Calm down. You're just fucking blowing hot ass to your fans and shit with clout. You know that motherfucker's not gonna come down for your fucking clown ass. You know what I'm saying? Respect.
I don't know, man.
I'm a
I would
big
like
fan.
Caleb
I'm a big fan of
Plant.
Caleb.
I would
I
like
would
to.
like Benavidez to take. Benavidez to take on Bevo.
Sure.
I would love.
Oh, yeah.
I would,
Well,
I would love him to
if-
dominate. He's already that close. He's already that close to dominate that division right
The
there.
thing-
He was that close to dominate fucking Canelo too.
He
wasn't.
got tired of it.
No,
he
he
got
wasn't.
tired of waiting for
No, he
Canelo.
wasn't.
Bro,
he got tired.
Keep it real, bro.
He got
Styles
tired,
make
bro.
fights like he pointed out earlier. The Benavidez is style.
Canelo can't be. Canelo
He
can't
got
be
tired,
Benavidez.
bro.
He can't.
got tired of waiting
Maybe,
for
but
Canelo.
it's a lot better of a style
Who-
makeup.
What was
than
the
Crawford's
hold on? What was
style
the excuse of this fight? You're saying his work rate. Guess what? His work rate is not going to change any different, even versus an even more busier fighter in
I'm
David
sorry.
Benavidez.
I agree, but I
Hey.
also believe that when Canelo was able to get back a couple prominent shots, shots to make a difference,
Miss
they'll make
me.
a difference against Benavidez.
You're still hanging on to that thread, bro.
Listen,
Well, sure. But
Listen.
you're gonna hold on to the other end of that.
he dominates 168 and he dominates 175. Benavidez.
Yeah, the only
He
problem
hasn't
is.
dominated though yet.
Yeah.
At
He's-
one
no,
point.
he's saying-
working
he
his
has
way.
He's saying he
He's
does.
working his way up
What he's
there.
saying that he does.
So to
He
me,
takes those
he
two.
has to win by knockout and under 6 rounds against Yard if you're really talking
At the end
about
of it-
Bro,
dominating.
he's going to win.
At the end of it,
that fight.
everybody's
In under
scared.
6 rounds?
He's going
Yeah,
to
bro.
win
Hey,
that fight.
Yard
bro.
is
Look at
tough.
that lineup,
Yard
bro.
is
Yard-
tough.
Yard is
Tough
good,
guy.
yes.
Yard's
But
a
did
tough
you see
guy.
what he did to what was
Light.
his name again? Your favorite?
Light.
What'd you
What
say?
light?
Why is it
Volsic?
not on?
What light? What are we talking? Oh, this light? Yeah, we don't have a charge.
Anyways, who cares? What was his name again?
Who?
Anthony Yard, bro.
No, you're talking about Volsic.
Volsic. You know.
Yeah,
I'm going back into your European fighters.
You don't even know his
I'm
name.
going back to
That
your
should tell you
European
what the
fighters,
outcome
bro.
of that shit was.
Honestly.
So David's going to keep fighting all these guys if they're available for him to fight. The only thing is you got Bivol and Better Biev who are also aging too, just like Crawford. So that's the only disadvantage that David has to where he can want to fight all these guys. Age is on David's side, and it's not on all of those three other guys. So we would love to have David in there with all of them. Mm-hmm. Shit, David. If you ask David, he would love to fight them all in one day. But obviously, that's not how it happens. That's not how it happens.
So
you'll take them all in 1 year.
Give me a perfect role, Jerry, and tell me who would you have him fight first?
And if everything was available, like
Everything.
Right.
Okay,
So no
Okay.
logistics, no
So-
roadblocks.
okay, so this is what we do. This is what happens. If the Canelo Crawford fight does not happen next, the rematch, make David and Crawford at 68, and you put Bivol and Better Biev as a co-main event, and they fight for all the light heavyweight straps for a third time on that card. David, if he beats Crawford, again, I cannot go against Crawford anymore. Well, I would fancy David over Crawford all day, but my point being is make that fight to be the best. Bless you, bless you.
Bless you.
That fight would be the best fight for David right now because he's not going to go back down to 68 the more he grows into 75.
Sorry, guys.
The more he goes into 75, it's going to be even harder to go down to 68.
Yep.
So he would have to do it sooner
Right
rather
now.
than later.
It's now or never.
Personally, me, I don't
100%,
I don't
it's
think
now
he
or
can
never.
make 68. I honestly don't think he can make 68.
Well, he's been out of the ring for a little bit now, and I think he can probably drop that and get pretty damn close to it.
He looks
now.
He looks pretty freaking heavy right now.
Let me rephrase what I said. It's not that I don't think he can make 168. I don't think he can make 168 and be that beast, that monster
That he was at
that
68.
Yeah,
That he
at
was.
68.
Yeah.
Right. I think that it takes too much out of him now at this point. And is he still effective? Yes. Is he as effective as he could be?
But then, too, on the flip side of that coin, don't you think if Crawford wanted to make another payday
That's one.
against Benavidez, now's
That's
the time to get him to drop weight.
Now let me ask you: do you think that Benavidez is the biggest draw then for Crawford? Or because who would be the biggest?
It would just be
Probably
Canelo,
Canelo.
or it would just be Canelo or David.
Canelo.
Those are the two biggest fights with the biggest paydays. They're going to be the biggest draws that are out there.
I mean,
for
I
Crawford.
mean, at this point now, out of curiosity, I would love to see how Bud Crawford will fare against other big guys at 168, like Caleb Smith,
Listen.
like Caleb.
But that's not that. Those aren't lucrative. Those are not
Listen,
lucrative.
I know,
You're not
but
gonna
those are
like,
dangerous
you're not gonna
fights.
like what I'm about to say.
Those are
I
dangerous
want to hear
fights.
what you got to say.
You're not.
They don't.
I wanna hear.
Those guys do not deserve the fight with Crawford, though.
You're not gonna like what I got.
What are you going to say?
But if you're looking for the biggest payday for him at 160,
I'm always talking
and
about
you're
payday.
looking for a novelty fucking payday.
I wasn't talking about
bro.
payday.
Triple G.
What?
Listen, you're looking at Triple G.
Oh,
Here we
You're
go.
making
He had to
it-
And that would be a huge fight.
You know what? I would
It
not
will-
be opposed to
It will be a huge
Yeah,
fight.
yes,
It will be a huge fight.
Yeah.
Because the only blemishes in Triple G's entire career is versus Canelo.
No, and it would have
So-
her argumentative part, right? Which is Triple G has never been handled. So would he be able to come forward against Terrence Crawford?
Of course
He came
will.
forward against Canelo. I mean, Canelo was able to have enough skill to kind of work around
So look,
him coming forward, but he came forward.
So now you're gonna make me eat freaking crow yet again,
I
dog.
have to.
So look, you know Triple G is my guy. I've been Team Triple G since
Another
2017.
European fighter.
So who you got? It comes back, bro.
Since 2017 when they fought the first time, man. I love Triple G and I think he's one of the greatest middleweights of all time. By the way, sidebar, we're gonna definitely have a segment in regards to that later on in our show. You guys will be watching this shit soon. But Triple G at 160 is one of the most dominant beasts that ever laced the glove at the middleweight division.
We're talking about 168.
Now, hold on, hear me out. I understand what you're talking about. Triple G's only fight at 168 is versus Canelo in his last fight.
So he has not won a fight at
Did not
68.
fare very well. He looked old. He looked sluggish. Now, mind you, versus an elite fighter. Now, let me mind you this. He's fighting another elite fighter
He's
in
fighting-
Bud Crawford. If that was to happen. But with that said, though, was Bomac and Crawford sitting there studying every step and move of Triple G expecting to fight him one day, or were they too busy watching Canelo this whole time? Again, let me circle back. Just like it's the Teofimo Lopez Lomachenko effect. He was great enough to beat Lomachenko for that one night, but he was not as great as Lomachenko. Period. Crawford beat fucking Canelo. Bravo. You beat the face of boxing. I mean, you've been studying him for like 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Bravo. You mastered it. But now how about somebody else? I'm willing to bet you that a Caleb Plant will give him everything he could fucking handle.
Boo.
Hey, bro, you're talking.
When you get a chance to
Hey, Caleb Plant fucking
make sure that
Caleb Plant can fucking box circles. You're acting like Crawford's gonna be able to manhandle him like Benavidez did or fucking Canelo did.
Hey, you're talking.
Plant's gonna box circles.
Hey, you're talking about
Handle
the
it
past,
worse.
bro. Triple G's fat, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. He's fat right now.
He's
bro.
happily retired.
He's happily retired.
I'm not even
Thank
talking
you,
about
bro.
that, Nick.
Thank
I'm not even
you.
talking about. I'm talking about fucking.
Let's get back into
My
boxing,
point,
bro.
no, my point was not even sidebar
Let's get
that
out of
shit.
your wet fantasies, bro.
What are you talking about, dum dum? What I was saying is that I'm not even worried about that. What I'm saying is, Bud Crawford is not even fucking. He's got his hands full at 168, and it's not fucking Triple G.
There's plenty of fighters at 168.
That's what I just said. That's what I'm saying, fool.
Hey guys, let's tone it down. Be professional. Let's do this.
If Canelo gets the rematch, Canelo knocks him out. We don't even have to discuss anything else. That's real talk. I'm going that way with it. I think Canelo will adjust, and I think Canelo's good, and I think Canelo's to that elite level himself that he would adjust and knock him out himself.
Knock who out?
Crawford.
Who? Having a rematch?
Yes. I said it. Look, Guapo Dama said it.
Yeah, you said it last time too.
And nail that shit, bro.
Okay, well, Guapo Damas does Guapo Damas things, and I mean, yeah, that's the beauty about this show is that everybody has an opinion, and they're all going to be listened to, but they're not all going to be respectable opinions.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I don't think Canelo can do anything different in a rematch. If he puts up more of an offensive output,
I think that's what he's got to do.
then he's going to catch more counter shots. He's going to catch more
Here's the
counter
big
shots
question.
to a superior boxer.
Here's a big question. What's Canelo gonna do now?
He can do whatever the hell he wants. He's a rich
He
man.
can. He literally can. He's gonna step into $100 million depending whoever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, there's anybody who fights with Canelo is going to be happy to get that fight because, of course, Canelo's resume still speaks.
Lester Martinez should be first in line.
No.
If he would have won that fight, then why not?
Yes,
No.
I thought
No.
he won that fight for. I mean, just if we're going argument over free.
Hey, how about this one? How about with no belts on the line?
There's not going to be no belts.
Yeah.
No belts on the line.
No belts on the line.
How about give
And Canelo
David
finally
Benavidez.
gives David Benavidez that shot.
So I was considering.
He's got nothing to lose now. He's already lost all his fucking bouts.
Well,
And
Canelo
that's what he was
needs.
trying to protect.
But see, Canelo.
And that's why he fought a small man.
Canelo has fought in like 20 plus straight
But why would
championship
David
fights.
take that fight?
So, payday, bro. And he's a bigger fighter, like physically bigger fighter than
What happens if
Canelo.
Canelo beats David?
Then Canelo's back in like everybody else's good graces. So the way I see that
I'm waiting for David,
fight, so
bro.
the way I see that
At this
fight,
point now is a no-win for
okay,
David.
okay. So
Ooh.
Canelo's.
It's the Bermuda Triangle,
It's
bro.
not. It's
That's
a no-win
what
for
it
David,
is.
bro.
That's
Hear me
what
out.
it is.
Hold on.
Is this Canelo's? We're noticing the end of Canelo's career. Easy to see. Each acknowledge that.
It is.
Yeah, that's the
No,
tail
you don't think he's at the end
No,
of his career?
I
yeah,
actually
he is.
think he fought somebody
Do you?
who was on that high level fucking.
He's only
boxing
36
skill
years
set.
old.
Which happens every once in a while. You know what I mean?
No,
happens
it
every
does.
once in a while.
But you don't see any diminishing in his.
No.
You just talked about the punch output.
No. Am I?
He's got two more fights.
He's been
He's got two
Yeah.
more fights.
Yeah, he's
got two more fights.
Now, is he done?
So no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm asking the question.
At elite level.
So what I'm getting at is normally when you in boxing history, when you're that one fighter you just can't walk away from. Canelo's not going to be that fighter. He's going to walk away when he wants because he's already set. Most fighters keep fighting because they want that purse. And they keep throwing in there the big fights. Canelo doesn't need that. So he needs to fight for something other than just the money. There's got to be some incentive there other than the money for Canelo in his next fight. So if he were to fight David,
He's fighting for legacy.
he's fighting for, like, he's going to go up to 75 to fight David because he's going to, like, want to get another belt or something along those lines. I don't think he would, only because it's going to put him at a major disadvantage at 75. What I'm getting at is, if they do fight next, as Mr. LP proposed, it's almost a passing of the torch type of setup.
Wow.
Canelo's coming out, and he's the biggest Mexican fighter, walking out the door gracefully, and you're giving the flag to the next big Mexican fighter. If David can just take it from him, like De La Hoya did with Chavez Sr. and every other thing before, every other.
I clap to that one
So
right there.
that's what I would love for that, because it would be the best thing for Mexican boxing.
Unless.
But Canelo would win that fight, and then it would just make him probably one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time.
And they would throw all sorts of shit in there for people that are let's just say they don't go with the conventional thinking of history. There it goes, right? They're willing to throw dirt on Canelo right now.
Oh yeah, bury him
The
alive.
reality of it is Canelo has lost to Mayweather. He's lost to Crawford.
And Triple G.
Draw to Triple G.
I don't take that, bro. You know when
don't
I saw
take
that
that?
fight. No!
So, yes,
I
you
had
don't take that?
Listen,
You don't take that?
For everybody at home, I had them watch that fight. With all their nephews in attendance, the only person who
Get
still
outta
had Triple G winning
Get
that
outta
fight was
here.
Mr. LP. Everybody else later then said, "Oh shit, we definitely scored that."
They just wanted you to shut up. Is all it was, bro.
Sure. Oh, they wanted.
They just
to, but I
wanted-
would think that you.
It was
me.
2:30 in the morning. Everybody
They
was
watched it.
tired,
They
and we
watched it.
were watching the fight
We were,
again.
You were trying to not watch
And
it
again.
because you knew what the outcome of it was, bro.
It's fine, bro.
Yeah,
I hope we get that fight though. I hope we get Canelo and David. I think it
I hope so,
it
too.
helped
I really
that
hope so,
Canelo
too.
lost to make that the option of that fight even
I
happening.
think it kind of diminishes it. I hope we get Crawford and David. I hope that people give Crawford the same
No,
shit
it-
that
it
they
does-
give
it does-
Canelo
so
on that same
It does
night.
diminishes it, but
and
that's why
so-
Canelo would take it though at this point.
So, Canelo's
I
got
don't
It's
think
more
Canelo-
vulnerable.
Hey,
Canelo
More money
doesn't
involved.
have to take it. Canelo is owed $300,000 on his next two fights, regardless of who.
300 million.
Imagine that, bro.
Hey, so-
we can't imagine that, bro. So we don't even really fucking comprehend that.
Hey, so
He's
Canelo-
owed $300 million on the next two fights, bro.
Canelo-
That's $150 million.
So they're going to
per
be
fight.
big name fights.
They are. They're not fighting anybody small.
So listen, Canelo's got 2 more fights.
Yep.
Who do you think is going to be next?
I want Benavidez. That's the biggest fight to be made, man.
You
If you
think
make
so?
that fight, I think it's astronomical.
It might be
it makes it huge.
It might be the second fight, maybe not the next fight.
The rematch, the rematch is gonna happen, guys.
You think the rematch
I think the
is gonna
rematch will happen too. It's just too.
You think the rematch happens?
It's too
with
lucrative. It's too lucrative.
It's just not. It's lucrative, but it just makes the most business sense.
Listen, when I watched Bivol fight Canelo, I still had an argument over how it went. When I saw him fight Mayweather, I still had no argument over how it went. I saw him fight this time. There was no excuses being made. He got handled. That is what it was.
His only 3 losses in his career.
Only 3 losses. And you're talking about 3 dudes that are
Elite.
First ballot Hall of Fame.
Elite.
And maybe the face of their own generation. Fuck. Do I want to still see Canelo fight? Absolutely, I want to see.
But you don't want to see him fight Crawford.
I don't think I do.
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
I don't think I do
I
either.
want to see a couple different fights.
I wanna
So,
see
so
something
again, too,
different.
it's a hard sell, right? Because 2 of us, I think we see it like how you guys do too. Yes, we're not clamoring for it, but we're gonna get it, and you're still gonna watch because there's gonna be a better undercard too. So they're gonna sell that as well. It's gonna be an
I hope
event.
Lester gets a huge fight on that.
Why
bro.
Lester?
Because he's the one that they're picking up. He's 168. We're talking about 168.
Because where is he from?
Has a great
Where's he
fight.
from?
Oh no, he's Guatemalan. So don't get me wrong. I'm gonna jump for Guatemalans, and I'm gonna jump out the room when it comes to Guatemalans for it in there, right?
Sidebar.
But the reality of it is,
Sidebar.
he's the bank, bro. He literally just
Wait,
took
wait,
the
sidebar,
number one ranked
sidebar.
fighter and took him to this.
He got his hands full, and they're looking at a rematch, and he's got so much work to do.
They're not looking at a rematch. The biggest talk right
Hey,
now
he's
is
got
that they're
so
looking
much-
at Munguia.
He's
The
got
next fight.
he's got a lot of work to do, bro. He's too basic.
He is not.
He's too
up
limited,
for a
bro.
Canelo
No
fight,
offense, bro.
I don't know, bro.
Actually,
I thought
I
to win him.
I thought Martinez's boxing ability was a lot better than Mbili's. And Billy is just a bully.
Yeah,
And Billy was just a bully. But when he had distance and space to work, he was throwing better combinations. It's just, and Billy is just too aggressive. So
no, and I actually think if Lester would have had
But does
one
he
more
deserve
round,
a
he
fight
gets
with
him, bro.
Canelo? I don't think-
no, not next. But he's talking about the next big star that could maybe potentially challenge him if there was an opportunity to. You gotta build the next
We're
opponent
talking
up.
about 168.
Yeah. The only opponent that you don't have to build up is David Benavidez.
Yeah.
He's building his own, but he's building his own at 75 right now too. So again, Canelo losing is the best for David Benavidez' business right now because people are talking about David and he wasn't even involved in the event.
No, and that's the big thing of it, right? If Benavidez comes through and he knocks Yard out in under 6 rounds, then we're talking about him fighting whoever he wanted.
Bro,
and it's relevant, right?
David's beasting right now.
If we're talking about David wins by split decision, are we then clamoring for the same?
No, because you got to give Yard his props.
Yeah, yes, we do.
Oh, I can't
Yes, we
wait
do.
for that fight.
Yeah, I mean, man, Yard looks like a fucking linebacker, bro. He's
Yeah,
fucking.
you see how big he is, bro?
And David's gonna come in and looking like a lanky fucking Mexican boxer, and David's gonna knock that big dude on his ass.
I give it 5 rounds.
You give it how many rounds?
5.
Oh, that's nice.
I'll take the over. I'll take over
I
5.
think it may go the distance, but I think it'll be a totally fucking ass kicking fight. What David's
No, yeah. So Yard's gonna get tired, bro. All them muscles, he's gonna get tired.
How old is
Let me
Yard?
rephrase that.
Yard's old,
Hope
isn't
that
he?
it's an ass kicking.
No,
fight, bro.
How old is Yard?
Maybe
That's a
early
good
30s.
question.
I think he's early
I'm gonna
30s.
say mid-30s. I'm gonna say
No, I don't
you
even
check.
think mid-30s. Look it up, Jerry.
I
You
will.
got the technology world at your hand, bro.
I know, right? They are disposable.
Yeah, no. If I was to take a guess, I'd say late 20s, early 30s.
No, he's 30s.
No, he's up there, bro.
Everybody else guess?
I said late 20s, early 30s, bro.
34.
Ah, you cheater!
30s.
30s.
Yeah, cheater! This is the guy.
Bro. Under 35, bro.
See, there's a reason why we can't have nice things in the 4 Level Boxing studio, bro. But yeah, 34 years old. He's a hell of an opponent. He's a great opponent.
Yard, this is it, right? This would be his claim to fame.
Yeah.
See, there's something that goes to it when we're talking about big fights, I guess. Right? For David, it's another fight. For Yard, this is the fight of his career.
So we gotta wait.
This defines his career.
Man, we gotta wait 4 more weeks for this fight. Actually,
I don't wanna wait, bro.
excuse me.
Tomorrow.
8
Damn.
more
it
weeks.
8?
November 22nd.
So Anthony went to war with Crusher Kovalev at the tail end of his career and gave him everything he can handle until he couldn't handle it anymore. And that was a very formidable performance on his behalf. And then
Did
he
you
took
see that
on.
fight, Mr. LP?
Yes, of course.
What did you think of that fight?
I thought it was an excellent fight.
I thought you already had it, man.
I thought he was doing his thing, and what I saw was the older man, Crusher Kovalev, was showing his age, but Kovalev doing Kovalev things, crushing mofos, and he put it on him. And then Anthony also took on Bevo, and there's no shame, he got outboxed.
Yeah.
He was in it. He didn't get
It was
completely.
it was Biederman, wasn't it?
No, it was Bevo.
I
Was
thought
it
he fought
Biederman?
Biederman. You already fought Biederman.
And then knocked him out because
He
that
got
had been a
knocked
knockout.
out. Yeah, got knocked out late. He was actually winning that fight. I believe it was 7 or 8 rounds to 1 at that point when he got knocked out.
Well,
All right, so he has 3 losses. His last loss was to Better BF. And that was January
all right.
a couple years ago. Yep.
You got me.
I'm pretty excited about that fight, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty sure David Benavidez is going to take that fight. And
Well,
and you know what? I'm so excited when he announces his next fight. That's what I'm really excited about, honestly.
Who?
And I'm thinking he's going to go after Bevo, in my opinion.
Well, look.
I think
mean,
he's going to go
he-
after Bevo.
well, wouldn't be a surprise to anybody because Bevo has all the titles.
Listen,
That's-
if Benavidez wins by dramatic knockout over Yardy, he can go after anyone.
Yes.
And it's okay.
But
I think
but you
he's
know
going
what?
after Bevo.
But you know what? Benavidez has stopped calling out Canelo
Yes.
for many months now. He doesn't need Canelo.
I never
All right.
He don't need
And,
Canelo.
and I honestly believe that now. You know, he's doing his own thing. If that fight lines up, then great. Passing of the guard. Let's make it happen. But he's going to be taking over the light heavyweight division. And then that's just it. Like,
Yes,
do
he
his
is.
thing. If David does his thing,
That's it. If he does his thing, it doesn't matter.
He doesn't need to be
It
a
doesn't matter.
shadow. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to be a shadow. He's creating his own
path, his own legacy.
Yes.
Yep. As he should. Props out to Benavidez family, bro. AZ representation.
AZ! Listen, as we cutting out there now, big up to AZ, big up to Benavidez, big up to the big fights that are coming. Keep joining us right now on this next segment coming up, but we are out for this first segment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For Love of Boxing, exclusively, always with you anyway. Here we are, and keep representing, keep supporting us as we go out, and we're gonna be back right now in about 5 minutes anyway. So keep tuning in.
Tune in.
Check out the merchandise, baby.
For Love of Boxing.
Yeah.